All right, so we're with the man who brought Irv Smith into this world, and that is Irv Smith Sr., not Irv Smith Jr. How's it going today?
It's going great. Good to be here.
Are you just excited just walking around this beautiful, brand-new building and to see where your son comes every day in Minnesota and how he's working in this building to get ready for his first season in the NFL?
It's mesmerizing. As I walk through the building, I remember back to when I played ball in my rookie year in New Orleans, and our facility, actually my second year in New Orleans, we literally our facility was two double wide trailers put together.
Oh, wow.
Because our facility before that burnt down mysteriously, and it was a good reason it burnt down. And then eventually we got a new facility. It was nice,
Yep.
but nothing like this. This is pretty spectacular.
It really is. We used to be out in Winter Park, which was a little different feel. It was a smaller type old school building, but this building has just brought the best out in our players, and Irv's the next guy who's going to be able to enjoy this building. But first, I want to play a soundbite for you from Irv's first moment where he finds out that he became a Minnesota Viking.
All right.
We need that playmaker, another playmaker on offense. Irv Smith. Okay, get him on the phone.
Hello?
Hey Irv, how you doing?
How's it going?
You waiting to get picked by someone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mind if we pick you?
Yes, sir. Let's do it, baby.
Okay, we're going to turn your name in, and congratulations, you're a Minnesota Viking.
Minnesota.
The Minnesota Vikings select Irv Smith, tight end from Alabama.
What are your emotions? I mean, you can see your eyes in the video. They're getting a little teary there. I see you tearing a little bit right now. I mean, had you heard that phone call before?
I did, and I've seen it on video many times, and every time I see it, I get emotional because it was just a special moment for my son and our family, so it's exciting.
It really is amazing to see, and you're the first person he hugged.
The moment was special, for him to, I just wanted to see him achieve his goal, which was to get into the NFL and be able to make an impact. And truthfully, we had no idea Minnesota was even on the scale of even looking at him because, of course, Kyle Rudolph, and fellow Notre Dame guy as well.
That's right.
And so, thinking that, hey, they already have an amazing tight end, already they wouldn't be picking a guy early. But then, of course, when you look at the dynamics, it makes sense. And I think that's why you have great general managers and coaches, because they can see the things that we don't see.
Now, talk about that. Kyle Rudolph obviously went to the University of Notre Dame, and you guys had that connection. And what better player for Irv to kind of come in under and learn with? And obviously the two tight end set is going to be a big deal for us this year.
Well, it's pretty funny. I met Kyle probably 5, 6, 7 years ago back at Notre Dame. We did a football camp or a little thing on campus together, and we met and exchanged phone numbers just coincidentally. I mean, years ago, who would have ever thought? So right after he got drafted, it probably wasn't an hour later, I sent him a text and said, "Hey, Kyle, this is Big Irv from Notre Dame. I'm gonna ask you a favor. Would you look out for Junior?"
That's awesome.
And he texted me right back and said, "Big Irv, listen," he said, "I will help your son become the best player he can be on and off the field." And there's no greater feeling knowing that your son's going to a unfamiliar place, but he's got somebody like him who Pro Bowl guy, perennial guy. I mean, this guy is the epitome of what you look for, and for my son to be able to play with him every day, to me, it's such a blessing.
Kyle Rudolph was he was a finalist for the NFL Community Man of the Year last year, and he obviously has done all this work here with children's hospitals and everything like that. Couldn't be a better guy to learn under. Irv Smith's the youngest tight end drafted out of this class. I mean, that is unbelievable.
Well, I was actually told he's the youngest player on the NFL roster right now. His birthday is actually next Friday, which is our first game against the Saints, the team I got.
Can he have a drink
behind.
yet? I think he's still 20, right?
Oh, well, he hasn't had a drink yet,
yes.
right? Yeah, exactly. So it's good. For him, it's going to be a homecoming. He was born in New Orleans. I played there. He went to high school there. And now he gets to go back with his team, the Minnesota Vikings, to compete in his first game ever in the NFL on his 21st birthday. And I'm just looking forward to being there and supporting him for that.
So this episode's going to air right before that game. So what is that going to be like for your family to have the first game that he plays on an NFL field is going to be in the town, just the city that he grew up in, the city that you played in?
Yes, like I said, he was born. And at the end of the day, there's going to be so many family members there. My mother's flying down with me from Phoenix to go to the game. I have a few cousins going. I have some nephews and people coming from all over the country. But then in addition to that, there's probably going to be 50-plus people in the stands that live in New Orleans or the surrounding
That's
areas.
awesome.
Because, of course, he played high school football there. Looking forward to seeing his high school coaches and teammates and things like that. So we're just excited about it, and we couldn't have picked a better script for this way to happen.
When Irv first came in the building, he said to us that you said to him in high school he could be a fast tight end or a slow wide receiver. And he decided to be a fast tight end. I think it worked out pretty well.
Well, I told him from the time he was probably about 6 years old, actually.
Wow.
And the truth of the matter, I mean, I've always been a big guy. I mean, I was always, I was a fast tight end when I grew up. I ran a 4.5 in the 40, and I was quick. I played baseball. That was my thing. I mean, I was a football player, but I played baseball. So I knew that based on my body size, his mom is real short,
Yeah.
and I'm tall. So he's tall. So I said, well, obviously he's got my physical genetics because he's not short, at the end of the day.
Yep.
So I told him from the time he was probably 6 or 7 years old, I said, you're going to be a tight end like me. Because he always wanted to be a receiver. I said, well, you're going to be a receiver, but you're going to be a tight end. No, I'm going to be a receiver there. Okay, great. So this went on from the time he was 6, 7, 8. And I didn't let him play organized football until 8th grade.
Yep.
And I wasn't going to let him play till high school, but he just wore me down to the point where finally 8th grade I said, okay, you can play football. So, of course, I let him do what he wanted to do. 8th grade, he played receiver. Great. 9th grade, he goes to New Orleans. I talked to the coach. Coach says, Irv wants to play receiver. I said, great, let him play receiver. He played receiver.
Yep.
10th grade, the coach came to me and said, he's going to be our receiver/tight end. I said, okay, great.
Yep.
11th grade, they both came to me and said, all right, Dad, I'm a tight end.
I'm a tight end.
And literally, and I told them, I said, you could be a fast tight end or a slow receiver. Not that he's a slow guy, just that receivers can run 4.3s.
Absolutely.
4.4s at worst.
Yep.
I knew he wasn't going to be a 4.4 guy. I'm like, but you can be a 4.5, 4.6 guy. You'll be a fast tight end. I do that. And so, as they say, father knows best. You look at your son and you know what, you look at yourself and you know that they're going to be something like you.
Well, I think you know best because you had 15 touchdowns in the NFL, so I think you know what a good tight end looks like. Irv wears number 84 for the Vikings, not for Randy Moss, but actually for you.
Well, it was a cool story. When he got to Alabama, of course, he wanted to be 84,
Yep.
and 84 was already taken. So he said, okay, I'm going to play 82. And I was like, cool, because that was my NFL number.
Yep.
So then when he gets drafted by the Vikings, of course, Kyle Rudolph is 82.
82, that's right.
So the guy, the people paying out numbers, he said, well, my dad was 84 in college, so we flip-flopped it.
Yep.
So it's amazing that he was 82 in college and he's 84 in the NFL. And I'm just grateful that he wanted to honor me with doing that. And I'm excited for him. And I just can't wait to get my 84 Irv Smith Jr. jersey because I wore his 82 Alabama jersey.
In that video we just saw.
Well, I wore it every game he ever played. I got it his freshman year. And it was funny because his freshman year, he's behind O.J. Howard.
Yep.
And he was just this, piddly, freshman on campus. And I'm walking around the games and everybody's like, well, who's 82? Who's Irv Smith? And I'm like, that's my son. It's like, it wasn't cool. And I remember, I believe it was his sophomore year, some of his buddies had got an 82 jersey, Irv Smith, and I was like, well, I was the original.
Yeah, that's me.
And so it's funny because Irv will tell you, every game he seen me wearing that jersey from day one when he was quote unquote, and he was nobody there. But now that he's somebody, I'm just excited to be able to, I wasn't the guy that just started wearing the Irv Smith Jr. jersey when he became somebody, but I was always there for him.
Well, he's our somebody, that's for sure. We drafted him in the second round. You were drafted a little earlier in the first round. Did you kind of go at him a little bit and give him some stuff for that?
I tell Irv all the time, and I tell the reporters all the time,
Yep.
Irv is going to blow away anything that I even thought that I accomplished. He's going to blow those
He's
things
better.
away. He is, and I was blessed to play, and I got drafted early, and I went to a great university, and I liked football. Irv loves football. The reason he's going to be so good because he has a passion for it. He literally eats, sleeps, drinks football. I liked it. I was a baseball player. I wouldn't be like Bo Jackson.
I'm a baseball guy too.
There
So.
you go. So, but at the end of the day, the things that he's going to do here, I believe, with the Minnesota Vikings
Yeah.
in his football career, he's going to blow. He'll probably knock out the 15 touchdowns I had in his first year or two. So it's that's going to be. It's going to be like, okay, Irv Smith Jr., 30, 40, 50, hopefully he'll end his career with 100-plus touchdowns and go down in history. But the things that I did, he's going to blow those things out the water, and I'm excited to be there.
That's a true dad talking right there. And, I mean, we couldn't be happier to see your reaction to that video that we played, and we're just happy to have Irv in this building. So we
Thank you.
appreciate you really taking the time with us. And, yeah, that is going to be a special game for you guys out in New Orleans.
Thank you. I appreciate that.